thing that they immediately ran to wasn't like, oh, this person is like in Discord talking to a 13, 14-year-old. I think it was a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, which is weird and fucking gross. And in my opinion, completely unacceptable. Just don't do that. I don't know how the fuck people do that. Right?
I expected him to walk it back because he has a long history of like committing to things and not doing them. But like he said that like a week ago. He usually waits a little bit to totally walk it back.
Oh, the post went away. They deleted the post.
Yeah, no,
because this tweet was going crazy for some weird reason, and then they like finally banned it. But it was an account that straight up, it was an account that had a GIF of Mr. Beast, like a fake. It was a GIF from like a fake live stream of like Mr. Beast celebrating like 100 million, I think, subscriptions, and it said like 100 million dead N-words with a hard ER, and it had 60,000 likes.
MasterCard is coming back any day now.
Yeah.
To Twitter. What can you say? Like,
yeah, it said if Mr. Beast, if he was good, that was the tweet.
Yeah, what can you say? Like, when the Twitter algorithm had like a more like weird, initially like 2012 liberalism bias, and then I don't even think it had like a bias towards like crazy, stupid idpol stuff. I think like you said, there's a special algorithm that happens for people who are hyper engaged, and it just, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, it's
today,
like, it's like, dude, this has 30,000 likes. Like, it is literally, this is directly making fun of the recent body camera footage that just came out. Someone who was murdered by the police. Wait, they follow me. Of course they fucking follow me. I have the worst hate watcher. I have so many Nazi hate watchers. It's not even. Yeah, I saw I saw the docs tweet. Someone posted their house in the quote retweet. It was like, okay, nice house.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the previous algorithm would show you things that got like a lot of interaction and burn. And when, the active user base was like more liberal, that resulted in you seeing things like, I don't know, like what's the goofiest thing you saw in like 2019 Twitter? Something that's like, here's how to, like those tweets that are like, here's like the HR correct way to sex someone. Yeah. And it's the woman going like, I've been having sexual thoughts about you. May I continue?
Yeah.
And it would be that.
God, that was so but that was like actually entertaining.
Right.
That was entertaining to like make jokes about, like overcorrective rad femmes and shit like that. That was like kind of.
Right. With that stuff, it's like, it's annoying, right? And I imagine it's like pretty annoying if you like work in an office or something like that. I wouldn't know. But this stuff is just like, no one wants to see this shit.
Like that's,
it's like,
dude, this is
this shit like
unimaginably fucking gross.
No one wants to see this shit.
Blacks Taking L's account, blue checkmark account, N-words with a hard ER are willing to mutilate themselves if it means my account would be banned. Sad. Like, it's just.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I think I alluded to this before, but one of the effects of like, everyone getting online and the effect of the internet on like the average online hyper engaged like Republican, the type of Republican that votes in a presidential primary, right? The effect on it wasn't that it like necessarily made the internet like more normal or whatever, right? Because more like normal people were getting on it. It caused a bunch of like 60-year-olds to go through the same like set of phases that like a 13-year-old getting his first computer 20 years ago would. Where you start out talking to your friends, and then it's you get into like self-selecting social groups of people who agree with you, and then you just keep upping the ante until you're like just posting gore videos at each other.
Yeah, and then this came out, Anti-Fascist Turtle, an account that has now been nuked, by the way. New Twitter API leak reveals that there's a group of protected users that are allowed to break the terms of service without consequence, even including a list of whitelisted slurs. Also worth mentioning that all the listed accounts are right-wing in their contents. And it's like Eric Trump, Team Trump, Elon Musk AOC, Elon Musk PD, Elon Musk PDA, Doge designer, Cobra Tate, which also goes back to this, like Andrew Tate saying, shut up, N-word with a hard ER, 30,000 likes. And then Jules responded, you're cisgender, visibility limited. Like, it's just insane.
Yeah.
And it's all 2014. It's all 4chan poll racism. But now it's like, I wouldn't say this is mainstream. I would simply say that like 4chan basically migrated to Twitter and it grossed out a lot of people, I think. And they're just not using the platform anymore.
Yeah, no. I also feel like hiding likes and making it like impossible to see like who liked what. I feel like there's just like a lot of like botting shit, like a lot of botting likes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a way to show advertisers like, look how people are more fucking active than ever.
Yeah. My funniest thing anecdotally for me personally was like watching a lot of these like in the like leading up to the 2020 election, all these like power farming accounts on Twitter that used to be like reposting other people's like jokes and shit and memes have all recognized like what the platform ideological shift was and immediately started being like right wing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that Kira account who used to like post about Black Lives Matter and stuff.
I bet that account is like that's probably like the top follow for like Guantanamo Bay guards.
It's just like
if you were like a federal prison that's been like sanctioned by the UN, that's probably your number one account.
Oh, apparently he blocked me. I didn't even realize he had blocked me, but I think he posted about me and Pokimane the other day, and he was like, "These are the two most hypocritical streamers."
I saw that,
and it's got like 200,000 likes. I'm like, "There's no fucking way, dude."
You're right though, because like literally not that long, like 4 years ago, if like his account was like, "Y'all, we're living through the Hunger Games."
Oh yeah.
we're the Hunger Games in real life. 70,000 likes.
Yeah, now
racism is not it.
Yeah, exactly.
Racism is like when you fucking get the wrong straw. Now he's it reminds me of Tyler Fisher, where he's trying to do all the right wing stuff.
Oh yeah,
like on Joe Rogan,
our favorite comedian,
the best comedian in the world. And he just this is not a true fan of Groyper, you know?
Yeah, no, they're like these guys are.
Yeah,
like these are like the fucking pond scum basement dweller like neck bearded dudes who are, you know, I always am reminded of that one guy in fucking Florida, like Fat Moist Critical, the one that got arrested for like directly making an assassination threat to like a detective in South Florida or something. Do you remember that?
I think there was this was like in 2019.
Yeah,
right?
there was like a Groyper who was like, yeah, someone should like kill this police officer. And then they, of course, immediately figured out who the fuck he was. And then they arrested him. It was a sheriff. And then they arrested him. And it's always like the most David the Pappy looking motherfuckers who are just like sitting in a fucking basement in their own filth, just being like, yeah, I'm going to look so cool to my fucking Discord server where I'm trying to fucking, trying to teenagers.
I'm just like, what would like the good outcome of that post be? Like telling people to assassinate the sheriff. Like one enterprising guy is going to be like, okay, I'll do it for you. And it just never comes back to you.
Yeah. In 2015, a bunch of the Kira type accounts were getting recruited by Milo and his roommates. One of them being the Nazi Laura Loomer was hitting on in that infamous video. Oh, the Ashkenazi.
Oh my God, that's such a good video.
Wait, what is she? Khazar? What does she say?
She's like, I have a high Ashkenazi IQ.
Yeah.
Big milker tits.
Oh, you look perfect Aryan. Oh, she's like, so disgusting.
I feel bad for her because like she could have been like she could have been on like the millennial like confessional sex podcast wave. She could have had a normal life. Laura Loomer could have done a podcast called like, you know, Guys I Tried to Fuck. And she never got into politics.
Yeah.
And then married like an orthodontist. And instead she, you know, she's waiting for someone to start a conservative Uber Eats so she can finally order food. Like it's a tough life.
In order to in food you have to write your favorite slur.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't unlock until you like write a slur, whichever one's your favorite. But yeah, I think that they're doing that. Kick, I'm pretty sure, did that with like the Feared Buck or like all of those other like weirdo Aiden Ross adjacent accounts that like they were paying for promo so that like people would talk about like streamers that you've never heard before that are suspiciously getting 80,000 live viewers, but like have no other. One. I've never met a single person that's like actually tapped into one of those streams.
It's so, yeah, no, I was, I get a lot of kick news now ever since I watched the Jay Aubrey video about it, which like I knew it was like bad, but holy shit.
No, it's really
like,
bad.
It's really bad.
Every week there's like another fucking rabid freak that's like openly a pedophile.
I found out about a 60-year-old former indie sleaze guy called Mr. Based. That's like a joke I would make to like the average kick guy, but no, he's yeah, no.
That's amazing.
I love seeing I love seeing an indie sleaze guy get a second life, but not like that.
But apparently there's the AI leaked, and now they're fucking clapping anyone that talks about it. Elon's Twitter isn't a joke. Elon's Twitter isn't a joke. This app is getting worse. What? Elon's Twitter a joke about this app getting worse anymore. He quite literally turned this into an app for neo-Nazis to build platforms and communities off their bigoted views. Yeah, 100%. I don't know. Like, I mean, at this point, I think he's just like making the most of it. I think he's trying to make the most of it. Like literally, this was really funny. Apparently, like they were trying to make this happen too. They were like really mad that I wasn't talking about like Mr. Beast's Mr. Beast friend who was being weird in Discord and like talking to minors or some shit. And it's like, dude, like even in the video, I'm like, bro, it's a fucking election where like the former president got shot at. Like I don't got time to fucking talk about YouTube shit. Like what are you? Like insane. They're
like the controversy turns out to be like that she like bought art from Shadman like 7 years ago, right? Then it turned out like everyone apparently has done that. I had no idea. I barely know who that guy is. I read a wiki about him, and it's like, hey, if there is something for everyone out there, unfortunately.
XQC was shitting on me for that too. Oh damn, man. Well. But you know, when you got Ween fucking doubling his view count when he's trying to desperately farm as much drama as he possibly can, you got to do what you got to do, baby. You know what I mean? Hey, I hope that was worth it.
If I talked about a Shadman scandal on my show, I would be killed by my listeners, and they would be right. They don't care about that.
No, like that
Shadman. Know who that is?
No, that Shadman person is like fucking gross. Even I had known about him being like a weird dude who's like pedophile. Right. I think he got arrested or some shit, and he would like make lolly porn. But ultimately, it's just like the thing that they immediately ran to wasn't like, oh, this person is like in Discord talking to a 13, 14-year-old. I think it was 13-year-old or 14-year-old, which is weird and fucking gross. And in my opinion, completely unacceptable. Just don't do that. I don't know how the fuck people do that. Right. But beyond that, they were like, this is how trans people are. And it's like, bro, Dr. Disrespect is a 35-year-old man with a wife and a child at the time who was trying to fuck a minor, openly admitted that, okay, said inappropriate messages or whatever. And literally no one was like, this is how every white guy is like. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
No. And that like the like guy she bought or commissioned art from, I'm not really sure, but like someone did a thread, like apparently like tons of weird YouTube people I have not heard of who are all over this thing, like loved that guy. There was like a mega thread.
Yeah, it was
of Shadman interactions. I had no idea he was like that popular. It's fucking weird.
Dude, I don't understand. But what I do understand is like both Mr. Beast and Ava as well, like way back in the fucking day, were edgelords. Like they straight up were. Obviously things change over the course of like a decade, but they 100% were like, I mean, I remember like seeing old videos before Ava realized that she was trans, of like them both making attack helicopter jokes and shit. You know what I mean? Like they were classic edgy white boys on the fucking internet. Like that was the way they were operating for the most part. Of course that wasn't a problem back then. And it's like now they're using it to be like, oh, see these guys, because like Ava is trans and Mr. Beast stood by her, that it's like now it's a problem, even though like the guys that are fucking doing that are like defending Dr. Respect in the same fucking breath. It's very weird. You can just say it's weird and gross, you know, it's okay.
Yeah,
and without trying to like connect it.
How much coverage do you have to do about it?
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ.
The funniest part was like there was like the person who's 20 now, right, being like, oh, I wasn't groomed, like it wasn't like that. We're in a Discord, we were saying inappropriate and edgy shit to one another. It's like fucked up, I get it. but like everyone's saying like I was groomed or whatever, and then every response was, "How much did Mr. Beast pay you? You fucking idiot! You fucking bitch!"
It would be funny if Mr. Beast bribed you, but he did it in the style of his videos.
Yeah,
like, all right, I'm gonna pay you off, but you have to live in a Costco for a year.
Yeah, it's just like some weird Mr. Beast clips coming out about him joking about buying black people and shit has gotten so weird. Yeah, no, like that's what I mean. Like he was fucking edgy white boy doing that kind of shit before he became like this fucking powerhouse.
This is the problem with everyone.
And they're doing cancel culture to him because he was like because he stood by his trans friend for like they're trying to punish him with the same exact fucking they're trying to punish him in the same exact way because they were like, you didn't kill your best friend who's trans when we demanded you do so fuck you. Now we're gonna fucking cancel you with like all your old
people have just such like deliberately short memories too, because it's like I feel like my timeline, like the recognized timeline of like how things were on the internet, I feel like it's pretty easy to understand, right? Like you know, let's say middle or end of the second Bush administration into like 2015. Like the have you ever those old like Neil Patrick Harris, any old celebrity tweets, Michael Ian Black, Neil Patrick Harris, any of them?
Oh yeah,
where it's like you go to any post that a celebrity made, a certain type of celebrity made in like 2011, and it's like, you know, what people think Eminem songs are like, where they're like, I'm gonna rape my dog.
Yeah,
and that was 100 retweets.
Yeah,
and then around 2014, you start like, you know, people were like, okay, we hate that, and now you I don't know, you have to do videos about conspicuous maliteracy. And then that was the thing for a while, and then it got rolled back. But like, I thought it was like a recognized thing that a lot of these people had like an edgelord, not even edgelord. That was just like the norm.
It was
for a while on the internet.
For the record, I was around back then. I thought it was gross back then too. You know what I mean? Like I just like it was. There were like people weren't thinking that this shit was like weird and like to say or do even back then. It was. It's just that people grow out of it. I think that like a lot of people did grow out of it. And it's funny that people that didn't grow out of it, or rather lean into that right now in 2024, are the people who are being like, no, but you say that now we got to cancel you. And it's like, I can see your fucking post right now in between.
It's such a self-contradictory thing, right? Like getting like I don't know. Mr. B said in like 2013 or whatever, he was probably like 9. He was probably like a viable fetus at that point. But he like saying like dumb 2013 internet shit. And then like while you're like get him for that, your most recent retweet is like, I'm glad the cops killed that woman.
Yeah. In any case, like sadly you can't humiliate these people with hypocrisy. They lack shame. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Ultimately though, it's not, you know, defending any of these old videos of Mr. Beast or anyone else, or like even the messages that Ava was sending. I will, however, reiterate that like if you're MC, I told you trans people are fucking groomers or pedophiles, then you're a fucking weirdo. Okay, you're a total fucking weirdo. Being openly bigoted, not against the rules, linking the prize against the rules. What are you talking about? Oh, Mr. Beast was 13 in 2013.
See?
Yeah.
See? Yeah. No.
9, he was 13.
Look, you know, I on the other hand, I support anything that anybody said in 2013. Anyone in chat, anyone who's famous, anyone who's not, anyone who's died since then. I support all of it.
What? Do you grow out of being trans if you don't take sterilization drugs? You're the one saying that? Like, these guys don't even fucking care, dude. Like Ava could have fucking murdered someone and they wouldn't give a shit about that. They'd be like, I told you, all trans people are murderers. You know what I mean? Like, he just immediately gave the game away. He's not like, oh, you're not even, you could sit there and like, even for 3.5 seconds be like, I care about the victims and you don't, or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, immediately he's like, oh, what about these these genders everyone's taking. Like, no, you're supposed to at least like posture like you give a shit about the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do. I think it's fucking weird and gross, for the record. It seems like you don't give a fuck, especially if it's like one of your favorite content creators doing it. You know what I mean? Is the Ava stuff, isn't the Ava stuff? No, there were like real, there's a lot of like misinfo out there. There's obviously, because they can't just like let it be weird and gross and definitely completely utterly inappropriate. They just got to also make additional shit up, like make additional in order to be like, no, see, like they're trying to fuck. Like this person was trying to fuck people, like 100% fuck children, you know?
Yeah, no. It is weird to have like a minor in your Discord.
Yes.
I only think they should be employees.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I don't have...
Make them work at the fucking coal mines, dude. What are we doing?
I won't even have a social engagement with someone who's like 19, even if they're in my family. Even if they're like, can you come to my graduation for the fucking Montessori school? No, fuck you. But if you were 5 years younger, you could be my employee.
Yeah.
And I'd never speak to you. And you'd have to guess what your job is.
They don't actually care about the crimes committed. They just want to weaponize it, direct harassment towards you, Charlie, Pokey, etc. Yeah, that's the part, because they just like immediately gave the game away when they just like, I guess a video came out. I didn't even fucking watch this video. How the fuck am I supposed to keep up with like all the drama, especially like when there's like, you know, world changing events happening at a rapid clip and I'm a political commentator. And they basically, in a matter of like 3.5 seconds, went from like, if you didn't watch this video, summarize it and immediately start talking about how every trans person is a rapist pedophile, you are actually complicit in the crimes. Like, they don't even do like the silence is violence narratives. Like, silence is complicity. They didn't even do that. They're like, you are actually grooming children. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Like, there is also like, do you remember those guys who were campaigning for Lee Zeldin in New York?
Yeah, the ones that go crime. That's what they're doing.
I always thought like, don't get me wrong, Kathy Hochul, horrible candidate, terrible. Put her in ADX Florence with Matthew Miller. But like, I always thought that like that must have like, turned people off of Zeldin, because it makes it seem like you're happy that crime is happening.
Yeah,
like you're cheering. You're like, go crime. It's making this fucking Kathy Molecule lady look bad, and it's the same. It's the same where it's like they're happy, like they you know they got groomed and they're like happy about it.
Yeah, like in your mind, you're looking at a situation and you're like a minor was predated on, okay, and your immediate reaction is not to like look at the situation, see what the actions, whatever, and your immediate situation is like, this is really gross, and a lot of content creators are not talking about it because I made up my mind. They're all in on it, and it's like, I know XQC was one of those people. Like, yeah, they're too afraid to call out a trans person. Like, they immediately invent like a narrative in their minds too. It's like, no, man, I don't like. There's no cover up conspiracy. You're fucking delusional. All those weirdos on Twitter can't help but turn drama into a team sport and act as everyone's taking sides. Yeah, I know. Like, there's never been a moment in my life where I've seen like, I don't know, someone get shot at, right? Like Donald Trump gets shot at, and I immediately go, oh, like Brianna Wu, immediately go, oh, how can I make this about my least favorite content creator?
Yeah.
She did that with me. She was like, I don't know who Trump got shot at. And like 30 minutes later, Brianna Wu was posting about how like I'm responsible for Trump getting shot.
I thought that was so crazy because the guy Thomas Crooks, the guy who shot at Donald Trump, he actually shot at Trump because he made a mobile game. And he was the same guy who tried to snipe Brianna Wu in 2015. It's the exact same sniper.
Yeah, that is the
hates mobile games.
Yeah.
That guy cannot stand them. Don't try to sell him a mobile game. He'll freak out.
I love that he was like, next time I'm tagging y'all, and all the dorks in the replies bragging about having the balls to tag y'all. Like there was some noble soldier. I didn't even see that. Is that a tweet? Is the XQC made a tweet? Anyway, Donald Cuck Trump got shot. Time to blame Hasan. Yeah, exactly. This is a wild thing. Do you think Biden is going to talk about the mass amounts of bird flu? No, Biden's going to talk. If Biden doesn't address the Mr. Beast drama, he's complicit. Biden is doing this to address it.
Like, just let him do it. Try to tell him what happened and see what he says.
Yeah,
it would be so fun for everyone. I think it would like unite everyone. We need more things that like unite America.
Yeah. Oh, the other person was alert when Trump got shot. They took my reaction to it and were like, Hasan Piker, low IQ political streamer, thinks that Donald Trump staged his own assassination. I was like, I'm not saying that at all in the clip. Like, why are you? And you put the full clip there. I'm not saying that at all. And then, like, how is this your first thing? How is this your first reaction?
I was Keemstar is like. He's the closest thing we have to like a modern and real Charles Foster Kane from Citizen Kane.
Who?
Keemstar?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you remember that video that we watched like 2 years ago where it was like covering, I forget what it was even covering, but you were involved. And it's like, it showed like a short clip of you. And he went, as you can see, Hasan's a disgusting fucking person.
Yeah.
Like his narration is so good.
This was awesome. He quote retweeted and said, if you support Hasan Piker, unfollow me. I don't F with any of you people at all. Why?
Damn, he's standing on business.
Yeah, because I'm not taking the assassination seriously enough. It's like
I want to direct the Citizen Kane movie about him.
Yeah.
He thinks he's Newsroom, but I think he's better than
What is this is from July 13th. Hasan Piker is so anti-American. Please ship to another country anywhere but here. He's literally falling off, so he's just clickbaiting for attention. I know. I've fallen off so spectacularly that I can only serve the top of the hour ad break to 50,000 people. It's just the fall off.
I didn't even see.
The fall off is so dude. It's just really fucked up. It's really bad. I'm sorry. 50,000 people will be seeing the top of the hour ad break unless they subscribe.
Now that we have 50,000 people here, if you are a member of the United States Air Force, I will.
Dane Sand 8. Thank you for the 10 gift the subs. Go ahead. What are you?
I will. Look, you're getting your student loans paid for. I will give you a down payment for your first house if you lose in a newer F-16 Block 50. Lose. Worth your while.
I've had private conversations with this man. He's very serious about this.
Incredibly serious. I could buy an F4 I could buy a decommissioned F4 Phantom, but like, who the fuck wants that? It looks stupid. I want a new. Yeah.
Also, Hasan saying that Trump did it for views makes me laugh because Hasan has to expose his body for Twitch views.
Okay, yeah. Look, I have to leave the room so you can go jack off on cam.
That's right.
The thing you're always doing.
He's not wrong.
Hasan has signed an exclusive deal with Joystick. He's going to be doing the same political commentary you like, but the only camera will be on a hole
penis
in his pants. His penis and balls. The same commentary, but that's all you're going to see.
That's what he's talking about. I have to expose
his dick and balls against a green screen. I love Biden speaking.
I love Jose Cuellar calling me a hussy. Like, that's like,
see that.
That's awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you for noticing my hard work. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah, just like top of the hour, taking off like another piece of clothing.
Yeah. He called me a Jezebel, dude.
That has to be like a year-old man. That's it. That's what the whatever the grandma in Ballarat settlement says. That's what she calls America. This is exactly how the grandma in Shadow of the Erdtree talks about America. The strumpet. The floozy.
Guy in the X comments saying he'll buy veteran and biker as a combat vet. Hasan Piker can leave anytime. And I will personally pay for his ticket.
Well, as a combat vet and biker, I thought that was going to be like, oh, I'm going to kick his ass. I'm going to run him over with my motorcycle.
By the way, we're going to be watching Brandon when he goes live. I'm just letting you know. I know
I'm ready for Brandon.
I gave you wall-to-wall goodness with Donald Trump, who is not mid and still on it. But we're going to be